Welcome to Short Pass in Cape Entrepreneurship Unit 1, presented by me, Miss E. Bennett. In today's lesson, we will be looking at drivers or trends in entrepreneurship. Our objectives for today's class are: students should be able to identify the drivers in entrepreneurship, discuss how these drivers drive contemporary entrepreneurship, and list 4 emerging areas for enterprise development. Now, first, let me say that this is going to be a two-part video because based on the content, it's going to be a little bit long, and I would prefer to just break it up into 2 parts because I know some of you will be losing your focus if the video is too long. So I'm going to look at some of the drivers in this video, and then in the other video, I look at the other drivers, as well as the emerging areas for enterprise development. Let's get into it. Drivers refers to the external and internal factors that push or pull individuals into starting a business and catalyze the growth of contemporary enterprises. The emerging macro drivers of contemporary entrepreneurship are information and communication technology, ICT, globalization and ease of entry, changing demographics and demands, unemployment, institutional support, ease of entry into the informal sector. So when you are studying, the first thing you have to do is to know what the drivers are. So if it is presented or given to you in a case study, you are readily able to identify them. If they are not given and you are asked to discuss any drivers of contemporary entrepreneurship, you should be able to list them, outline them, discuss them, because that is what we are going to be doing in this video. So the first one we're going to look at is information and communication technology, ICT. ICT is the expansion of the internet, virtual organizations, and digital tools. The rise of the internet, e-commerce, digital platforms, and social media has drastically lowered the barriers to entry, allowing entrepreneurs to reach global markets with minimal upfront capital. Now, ICT involves all forms of electronic communication. All right, and as this has said, the use of social media, and because of the whole internet, the internet has opened so many markets across the world, has contributed to the ease in which people now do businesses, and has allowed entrepreneurs to reach international markets. You no longer have to go to a brick and mortar or an actual location to get your business done. You can literally get it done by the use of the internet. A lot of companies now have social media pages, right? They also have a lot of websites where you can go. That is where we get the e-commerce aspect, the buying and the selling of goods online. So you can just simply go to a company's website, choose whatever it is you would like to purchase, put it in your cart, put on your payment method, your address, all of these things, and your item by the click of a button. You have facilitated a transaction. Okay? You can also have what is called live chat, where if you encounter any difficulties, you have any questions, or you just want to be reassured about something, and there's another person on the other side from anywhere in the world that is communicating with you. The use of AI as well has contributed to the whole entire driving of entrepreneurship, because AI can also be used to facilitate communication between the business owner or the entrepreneur and a customer. All right, so how does ICT contribute to contemporary entrepreneurship? It really contributes to it because nowadays you do not have to get any formal training to start your business. Literally, right? A lot of persons without any formal training may have a skill, but it is not at a certain level, but they are able to simply use social media, create a business place, and sell or offer their knowledge and their skills. And that is also facilitating the whole enterprise, right? So you can do it in the comfort of your own home. You can literally be making money while you are sleeping. Okay? You have companies such as eBay that allows persons, for example, from anywhere in the world to place bids on items and buy all sorts of products. And then you have PayPal that facilitates the transactions. So this kind of facilitation, where you have an actual business that facilitates payment, it gives you authenticity and credibility. So when you're using these types of platforms, it makes you be at ease knowing that the money that you are spending is not going to be stolen. There's not going to be any form of bad experience where you paying for something and then later on they say, oh, we didn't get the payment. All right. So this is just one of the various ways in which ICT contributes to or drives contemporary entrepreneurship. Now we're going to be looking at globalization. Globalization and ease of entry, the integration of world economies, trade liberalization, and the rise of economic trading blocs have opened new markets while increasing the need for local businesses to innovate and stay competitive. And this is also facilitated by the use of ICT. The world is now a global village. You no longer have to go to a particular country to have a meeting with someone in that country. You no longer have to go to a country, set up shop, rent a space in order to offer your items for sale. It doesn't even matter the currency that you're using, because a lot of companies who are in other countries are accepting all different types of currencies. All they do is to convert it using an exchange rate. So if you want something from China, from Japan, and what we mostly buy from those countries may be like motor vehicles and so on, you don't have to go to that country to get it imported. You can go online, fill out whatever forms you want to fill out or you need to fill out, submit the required documentation, and there you go. Your item, your motor vehicle is on its way to you. Let us look at another one. Changing demographics and demand. This speaks to new preferences in age, income, and education that require unique, tailored products. Changing demographics, or demographics in itself, speaks to the study and categorizing population based on factors such as your age, your sex or your gender, your economic status, your level of education, your income level, and so on. Remember, as an entrepreneur, you may have what is called a target market, which is a subset of a general population who you may be providing your products or your services for. So it can be for the middle class, it can be for the upper class, it can be for the lower class. These persons are persons who would have a certain level of income, right? And as a result of that, it means that whatever it is you are offering, whatever it is you are selling, it is of a certain standard and of a certain quality, because those persons at the upper class, they require items or they buy items or they participate in anything. It has to be a cut above the rest. So you as an entrepreneur may have to decide upon who is my target market, right? And you decide who. Now, also as an entrepreneur, changes in demographics is going to have an impact on your business, because your target market that you have, they may have new demands, and as a result of that, changes is going to occur. Say, for example, in the macro environment that you do not have control over. And as a result of this change, it forces your business to adjust. Is either you're going to be adjusting or you're going to be offering new products or new services. And this is what drives businesses, because as a change in demographics, that can also give rise to businesses to cater to these needs of these people. So if it is for the lower class, it may be that the lower class is your target market and they have a change in age. As you get older, you have new demands. Also, if, for example, there's a change in gender, back in the days, we used to have a situation where men go out to work, women stay home. Now we have both men and women are working. As a result of that, women working gives demand for things that never used to be in demand before. Working clothes, working shoes, hairstyles, makeup, perfume, handbags, all of these things that were never in demand before, because these persons were at home taking care of the home. And this will have an impact on businesses, because if you are in the industry where you provide clothing, then once you see that a lot of women are now working, that will mean there is a demand for these types of items. Or is your store providing these types of items? Because if you're not, then these persons will not be shopping in your store. They will be going to other stores that is providing these types of items. So it simply means that you as an entrepreneur will have to make adjustments. And instead of offering just male items, you will now be offering those to women. And we're going to end this video right now. So just take a little while and I will be back with another video focusing on the other drivers or trends in entrepreneurship. See you in the next video.